You're watching Newsday TV. Thanks for joining us. I'm Ken Bufa. A Long Island man acquitted of rape is now suing the DA and the woman who made the accusations against him. Sherry Einhorn has the story.
I want to get my life back.
57-year-old Yosef Kalan was accused of rape, indicted, tried, and acquitted. Now he's suing his accuser, the Nassau District Attorney's Office, several ADAs, and a so far unnamed Me Too organization for false accusation and unlawful prosecution.
I thought it's a bad dream, it's going to go away.
Kalan says he connected with the woman who we're not naming on a so-called sugar daddy, sugar baby dating website called Seeking.com and agreed to meet in person after several text messages. In January 2021, she went to his Kings Point home and, according to the lawsuit filed today, spent several hours together having consensual sex. He says no dollar amount was agreed on ahead of time, but he gave her $420 before she left. According to the lawsuit, she complained it wasn't enough and asked for more, but didn't get it. He wasn't arrested until several months later when the Nassau DA's office decided to go ahead with a criminal case. That is after two different detectives told the accuser there was no crime.
We can't just always believe women. We have to believe in due process, and we have to put the value back there. Listen to women, but investigate.
According to the lawsuit, the woman didn't say she was raped when she met with the first detective. She also admitted she went to the police because her friends convinced her she could get more money if Kalan was in legal or criminal trouble.
This was an egregious abuse of process, and there should be some accountability, both by the district attorney's office, by the complainant, and perhaps most importantly, by an organization that pushed and pressured the DA's office to bring this case.
The executive director of the Safe Center, an organization that helps victims of abuse, told us the Me Too movement and its immediate aftermath undoubtedly increased awareness that these cases need to be taken seriously, but the burden of proof has remained the same. The Nassau DA's office isn't commenting on the lawsuit. They referred us to the county attorney's office, but no comment from there either.
Hello?
We also reached out by phone to the woman at the center of the case, asking her if she wanted to comment on the lawsuit.
I have an attorney. I'm going to talk to my attorney.
For Newsday TV, I'm Sherry Einhorn.
Another Long Island school district will be adding armed guards to its campus.
The Half Hollow Hills Central School District Board of Education has determined that it is in the district's best interest to contract with a vendor for armed security guard services.
The superintendent says this would cost about $1 million a year. It's not clear when the guards, though, will be deployed. And state lawmakers approved the new congressional redistricting map, and Newsday Albany Bureau Chief Yancey Roy explains what that means for Long Island.
There are some subtle but interesting impacts on Long Island. Tom Swazi, a Democrat, his district gets a little bit more Democratic. How so? It loses Massapequa and it gains parts of Huntington, and that triggers other little shifts in Republican-held districts. Andrew Garbarino's South Shore district moves west and captures Massapequa, helping him out a bit. And the East End district, held by Nick LaLota, also becomes slightly more Republican, but just by a point or so. It's still going to be competitive races.
Now you can read more about the new map at newsday.com. And starting next month, buses will be replacing trains east of Ronkonkoma. Now the MTA says it's to accommodate track maintenance between Ronkonkoma and Riverhead. The buses will make the same station stops as the trains, and the new schedule will be in effect starting March 4th until mid-May. And trade talks are underway for the New York Jets. The team says they gave Zack Wilson's agent permission to seek a trade. Wilson was benched 3 times the past 2 seasons. Free agency begins in 2 weeks. Learning hip-hop's history here on Long Island. Virginia Huey takes us to a local elementary school in a story you'll see only in Newsday.
It's a Black History Month lesson taking students at Freeport's Leo Giblyn School out of the classroom and onto a stage. The Giblyn Hot Steppers showcased everything they learned about the 50-year history of hip-hop music by dancing to the beats, rhymes, and rhythms that shaped generations.
I wanted them to realize the impact of Black culture on the world, basically.
The fourth grade students learned how the genre evolved over the decades in the way the music was made and turned some local musicians into hip-hop legends.
Back then, it was 2 turntables, constant breakbeat, boom, 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 and then the rapping was a little slower. But now we have producers who are behind tables and just putting in sound.
It teaches us like step by step of, or like exactly how the evolution is, and it also lets us express ourselves.
The children practiced daily for a month to prepare for the performance. The experience not only taught them about the history of hip-hop, but they gained an important life skill.
Most importantly, teamwork was a big thing that we had. We've got kids that come from all different descents, all different areas, backgrounds. So they came together as a team, and they're one.
So how do you think you did?
I think I did very good. I mean, we crushed it. None of us made a mistake, and I think we did good.
A great performance worthy of an encore. In Freeport, I'm Virginia Huey for NewsdayTV.
To read more about this story and more about our Black History Month special coverage, go to Newsday.com, click Get More below the Newsday TV video box. All right, let's take a look at your Long Island weather. And tomorrow it's going to be a nice day, but I cannot say the same for the days after. So tonight we do have some rain and wind, and tomorrow, check it out. Partly cloudy skies, temps in the mid-30s, maybe touching the 40s, but after I show you the 7-day, you'll see what I mean when I say rain is on the way.
Long Island weather is brought to you by Home Tax Saver, PTRC Incorporated.
You're watching Newsday TV. I'm Ken Bufa. Thank you so much for joining us.